So let me get this straight. What you're saying is that you're switching to a actual subscription model now, right? You're trying something completely new.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't think it's something new. I think it's just something that has to be done to help out with just new marketing and all that. So yes, I am switching to a subscription model for my comic that I'm been working on for a while, called Concrete Combat, which you heard it here first. It's been in the works, the script and everything for the last few years, and I have decided to release it on my Patreon directly. For a $3 subscription every month, which gets exclusive artwork as well as some exclusive posts and everything there. Right now, we're running a contest on that for a raffle that is going to be happening this Friday on the Mighty Pongs podcast, and we're also running a vote for a character I draw. So yes, the comic Concrete Combat will be exclusively on a subscription model for now on Patreon, for those who subscribe, so they get early access to the comic as it starts to release. Thanks to George Medina for doing the letters and everything. I think Patreon is a great way to go, and I'm keeping the subscription at $3 a month because I don't need to have a 5-10 subscription. It's like $3 a month. I think is a fair point for people to join in, and everybody who is supporting and who does support, I thank you, because again, that little bit does count. So at the end of the day, I'm going to be introducing more new stuff as the subscribers start to boost up, and maybe some new incentives and everything, some new packaging to send out for people. I would like to send some contests for live prints or even gift cards down the line as it starts to build up and starts to build momentum. But it's been fun working on this book, Concrete Combat, which is about my main character, who people will be introduced to. It is about his journey as well as the surrounding cast's journey. He is dealing with life. He is dealing with stuff that has to do with racism and everything in this particular world. It is a cyberpunk world mixed with fantasy. You get to see all different types of characters, all different walks of life when it comes down to it. And I've just been having fun with this book, which was inspired by a mock DBZ post that I was going to do many moons ago. I do free post every Sunday too, so people get to see some artwork, like right there, Uncle Sam. So again, I do a lot of great stuff on it. And every Tuesday I do a new preview post, introducing characters and everything. But yeah, the story again follows Michael Gordon through his journey, figuring out who he is, figuring out what's happening with his family, everything, and figuring out and trying not to get crushed under the weight of his family's legacy. He's dealing in this world where it's just corporate ran, and he is stuck in the middle of this league, and having to deal with people of different races and everything. And you get to meet other different characters, and just have fun with it. Just make it very colorful. I've worked in indie comics for a while. It was my debut comic, Dead Planet, which again was posted for people to actually read on the Patreon page, as well as an unreleased comic called Lords of New York. I never got to release it, but I decided to release it on my Patreon, so all those who are subscribing get to actually read that comic. I had fun with that one. That was done in 2017. And again, I've just been posting a lot of the artwork from, as you can see, digital to traditional. So there are free public posts that I play every Sunday for those who follow. For subscribers, get a lot of little exclusive other knickknacks that are there that I haven't posted on any other site. But it's been fun, and a fun journey with working on this comic. And
let me ask you, do you think this is going to help you connect with your fan base a lot more? Because I've seen a lot of people starting to take a second look at Patreon now. Is this a way to really kind of make your fandom know that you respect them and you honor them, and this is like your connection to them?
Yeah, I mean, whether they follow or subscribe, I think it's a great way to stay connected with people, because it allows me to think of new ways to interact with people, because at the end of the day, you're paying me those $3 to subscribe. I want to give you a little bit more extra because you have taken the time out to really help back my work when it comes down to it on a month-to-month basis. So it forces me to kind of think of different ways to interact with the fan base. Like one of the things I've never done is put out a survey out there, and I actually put a survey out there to ask what character would you like me to draw on a guest appearance I'm doing coming up. And so far, it's funny, Darth Iron Man is winning, and so people are going to see me draw Darth Iron Man. As well as for current Patreons, I am going to be running a bit of a raffle for them to pretty much just decide a winner for free commission. So it's allowing me to think of ways to think outside the box of how can I interact with you more? How can we bond as a community? And again, it's a big thank you with the support that people who are already subscribing, those future subscribers, thanking them and everything. And like I said, the more I see it bumping up, the more I'm going to want to it bump up to do more different things in terms of interacting with the crowd that's there and subscribers.
Speaking of doing more things, not only do you have a podcast, but you have an upcoming online event, the Inbeoncon.
We had one coming up. Unfortunately, I will say this is that it is not happening this year because Inbeon now is focusing on animation. We are going to return with the con. But we did have the con for 2 years. It was been a great show. And we are going to bring it back when there is more of a team because the pandemic did hold back on the team and everything. So we are focusing on developing animation for the Medusa's Cascade podcast, D&D podcast that you can listen on Spotify. We're going to probably do a little live event on the Nerds, but we're moving the virtual event to Geeks Out Staten Island, which is happening on August 14th. So there will be a virtual convention on August 14th for Geeks Out Staten Island. So they are affiliate and friend convention that we work with. And so make sure you guys check that out.
And all of this can instantly be found on and I want to make sure I'm getting this right, SebastianBonet.com?
SebastianBonet.com or Sebastian Bonet Art on Instagram or Nerds It Around. Tune in. We're always shouting out everybody.
And that's a great thing. And that's available as a podcast on a lot of the streaming ones, right? A lot of the places.
Anchor, Spotify.